Are you relocating to the Queen City and you want to walk and talk like a local? Well, this video is for you.
This may be one of the most fun videos we've ever done because we're gonna give you top 10 tips to fit right on in. So walk, talk, pretend like you've lived here your entire life.
Number one, East Side versus West Side. No, we're not talking about Tupac and Biggie Smalls.
We should be,
That's
but
right.
that's for another video.
I grew up on the West Side, Mike's from the East Side. Where you live says a lot about you.
It sure does, and 75 seems to be that line where it kind of separates the two. There's all kinds of fun stereotypes that some may be true, some may not. We have a lot of fun with it in the office because half of our office is East Siders, half of them is West Siders. We have good company here. So number two, this is a really big one. I sound like my son. That's really it's all right. When somebody asks you what school you went to, they're likely asking what high school you went to. Why do you think that is?
Well, there's a lot of pride, right? In what
Huge.
high schools people went to, and a lot of that is the high school football scene in Cincinnati is huge. It's one of the best in the country. So if you're trying to fit in, you know, you may just want to say, hey, you know what, the high school I went to was a lot like St. X or Elder or Sycamore or Oak Hills.
It will be a perfect conversation starter. You guys get going, you will feel right at home once you make that connection. Then you'll start going into stories, all kinds of fun stuff.
And at number three, we put chili on top of our noodles. So Mike, what's your favorite chili joint?
I am a Skyline guy. We take the kids there all the time, but you know what? I love the new Blue Ash chili spot they just opened up.
Hey, you know what? I'm a Skyline guy as well. But you know what? Gotta get back to my roots. I love Price Hill chili as well.
It's a big West Side thing right there.
That's right.
Am I even doing that
That's
right now?
Have you ever been to Price Hill Chili? Have you? No?
I need to go.
Great.
Oh,
I
it's
need to
awesome.
go.
It's
Yeah,
awesome.
but
We'll
a
take
lot
a
of-
field trip over
dude,
there.
Like,
prices
like
haven't
when
changed.
presidents have like campaigned in this area, they stop at Price Hill
We
chili.
should say this right now. Number four, while we're talking about food, let's talk about Geta. Now, I may not understand this quite like Scott does because I'm an East Sider. Remember, he's a West Sider, but what the heck is Geta?
Geta is oats and sausage fried together. It tastes so much better than it sounds. It is so good, and we actually have an annual Geta Fest in Cincinnati.
It's a big deal too.
That's right.
And it does taste okay. It's not my jam, but people love it. You guys,
You gotta give it a try. And at number five, one of the things that can be a little confusing is when you land at the Cincinnati airport, you're actually landing in Northern Kentucky, Mike.
you sure are. CVG.
That's right.
Do you even know what CVG stands for?
I don't. What does it stand for?
We should probably know that. We're shooting this video on this right now. I think it's Covington.
No.
Yeah, pretty
It's
sure
not
it
in
is.
Covington.
CVG, Covington.
It's not, dude.
What is it? We'll go fast.
It stands for Covington.
Nah! It's only about 10, 15 minutes from downtown Cincinnati, and it's actually pretty convenient whether you're going to Anderson or the West Side or whatever it is. But actually, you are in Kentucky, so it is damn confusing to people when they get here. So you did not get on the wrong plane. You're good. Cincinnati's right around the corner. All right, we get a package deal here for number 6 and number 7. First off, number 6, one of the biggest events in Cincinnati is Oktoberfest.
It is. It's actually the second largest Oktoberfest in the world.
It is huge and it is a lot of fun. So if you're a beer drinker, if you're a lederhosen wearer, if you're a sausage eater,
That's right.
it's about as good as it gets.
Also a big chicken dance. Big deal, whoever leads the chicken dance.
Because Cincinnati has such a huge German heritage. I mean, heck, we'll get into the over the Rhine stuff later on with beer, but it is a huge deal here in Cincinnati.
So the other thing in the
event.
package deal
Number
is
7.
opening day, right? Opening day is like a holiday. So here's a big tip. Do not plan anything on opening day. Don't
Nope.
schedule any business meetings. 'Cause pretty much no one wants to meet during opening day because it is just a big party that entire day.
It sure is. So the Cincinnati Reds are actually the first Major League Baseball team, the Cincinnati Red Legs.
That's right.
Red Stockings.
Red
actually.
Stockings, yes.
Speaking of sports teams, we actually we're excited to talk about one of our. So number 8, we're actually lucky enough to have a special guest to join us for this one, Mr. Joe Burrow, almost a Super Bowl winner. Almost a little sensitive subject right now. We have a sports team for every season, every sport pretty much, with the exception of basketball, of course.
So you have the Bengals, you have the Reds, you
FC Cincinnati.
FC Cincinnati.
I went to a game this
professional
weekend. I love
soccer.
it. It's so much fun.
The scene there is unbelievable. The new stadium just opened up, TQL Stadium.
Oh yeah.
And then we've got great college teams to root for as well.
You were a huge UC guy.
I'm a big UC guy. I hate to mention it, but Xavier as well. There's a lot of Xavier basketball fans.
I went to Xavier basketball camp when I was a little kid.
Oh man, I'm
Obviously
sorry. I won't
didn't
hold
do
it
a very good
against
job.
you.
Yeah, many reasons we won't go into that right now.
And you can't forget Dollar Beer Night at the Cincinnati Cyclones games if you're a hockey fan. And at number 10 is beer. That's right. Smart Asset ranked us 2 years in a row as the #1 beer drinking city in the country.
Makes so much sense.
I don't know if we should be proud of that or
Yeah, okay. I'm good. We can pop open all kinds of good craft cocktails, right? And of course, at Over the Rhine, that was an area that was pretty much based on the beer drinking.
That's right. It's a rich history in beer in Cincinnati.
Well, actually, and if you didn't know it, a little quick fact to Google real quick is see how much beer consumption happened in Over the Rhine back in the late 1800s. You'll be astonished. It's some crazy, crazy stuff.
The brewery history runs deep in greater Cincinnati, and a lot of it goes back to the German heritage that we talked about earlier. And right now, we have over 80 craft breweries, some of the best in the country. I know my favorites, Rheingeist, Mad Tree, are some of the big names.
Some of the small ones, I love Little Miami Brewing. One of my favorite, the Pterodactyl beer, awesome. But we have MPH Brewing across the street. We have all kinds of great spots. Some are just huge brewery distilleries that are here locally, and then we also have the little small shops around as well.
Absolutely. So if you like drinking beer, the Queen City is a place for you to be.
It sure is. We should crack one open.
That's right.
Yeah. Oh, but wait, we're not done. We got one more. We got a little bonus.
Please?
Yeah, right there. So why don't you lead in?
Yeah, so when you hear someone say, please, they're not saying, oh, please, will you get me something? They're saying, hey, what did you say? Can you say that again?
And it's not just after you're drinking 5 or 6 of those craft beers that you're saying please, but it's a little nuance. So when somebody says please, just understand exactly what they're up to.
They just want you to repeat what you said because they didn't understand it.
So these are the top 10, well, we cheated, really 11 Cincinnati-isms, the things that can really make you feel like you're at home. So when you get here, nobody would have no idea that you didn't grow up in Cincinnati.
That's right. The Queen City, Cincinnati is one of the best places to live. So we had a lot of fun here today.
We sure did, yes.
But it truly is one of the best places to live. There's so much to enjoy here. And if you'd like to learn more about moving to Cincinnati, make sure you subscribe, like our videos, so you can tune in as we highlight properties, neighborhoods, so that you know everything there is to know when relocating to Cincinnati.